My name is Angelina Tsuboi. My course in 3 words would be Let's Secure Satellites. I have this course in mind for anyone who is interested in getting into the nitty-gritty of aerospace security via interactive and hands-on lessons and course material. I see the current state of the aerospace cybersecurity industry to be lacking in the appropriate personnel with the appropriate background knowledge in mind to be able to secure everything and establish a secure by design satellite engineering pipeline. My goal for this course is to help you develop the cybersecurity practices and ingrain them in your head so whenever you affiliate yourself within the aerospace industry, you can apply your skill set in order to secure these satellites with the knowledge you have garnered. What are the cybersecurity skills that are the biggest value when it comes to starting the journey in the satellite industry? I would say the cybersecurity skills with the biggest value when it comes to the satellite security industry is definitely reconnaissance and open source intelligence, alongside the ability to elegantly script in Python. There's a lot of satellite-oriented CTFs currently at the moment that require rigorous Python scripting skills alongside open source intelligence skills, alongside having really good foundational knowledge of aerospace fundamentals such as orbital mechanics. What was your beginning in the fascinating area? What has led you into working on this topic professionally? So my background within aerospace was predicated on my internship with NASA. I worked with NASA for conducting research for them on meteorites and studying the chemical analysis of the volatile structures on meteorites. And then from there, I got into open source programming, looking through the open source code bases that NASA has released, and I noticed a lot of security vulnerabilities with the code that they were releasing. With the newfound knowledge of security vulnerabilities in mind, I decided to create my own open source security utilities that are centered on aerospace security, and it has been a passion of mine ever since. What is the biggest challenge for the aerospace cybersecurity industry today? I would say the biggest challenge for the aerospace cybersecurity industry today is establishing secure by design principles from the engineering pipeline from the beginning, because a lot of the engineering projects that have been deployed into orbit are decades old and they're running very old legacy programming languages and they haven't been updated ever since, making a very wide open attack surface area because there were no security measures put into place when these satellites were being engineered, which dumbfounds me because we're spending billions today as an industry securing software that's worth millions of dollars, but satellites are worth hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, and we're not spending hardly as much on their security. And it's going to be extremely important as the amount of low Earth orbit satellites are being developed by the thousands. What is the favorite tool related to satellite reconnaissance and security? I would say my favorite tool related to cybersecurity in regards to satellite reconnaissance is an open source utility called SatIntel. SatIntel is an open source intelligence utility specifically for satellites in regards to getting their positioning information alongside other orbital mechanics information that makes it really easy to use, and it's developed using a programming language called Golang. Is the rise of satellite industry correlated with the democratization of access to information and resources, or is it still mostly very close to classified information? I would say currently with the satellite industry, the amount of information distillation is related to a lot of the classified information, and it hasn't really gone to a point, especially in the education sector, where it has become public knowledge yet. But my goal is to combat that and try to make sure that security practices are implemented from the very beginning, from the engineering process, as these satellites are being developed in order to avoid attacks being targeted against them in the future. How would you evaluate the awareness of the security challenges for the satellite industry? Have you observed any changes in the recent time? I would say the security challenges in regards to the satellite industry have been more recent and more emphasized within the past few years, as we've seen more conflicts arise. And as these conflicts, for example, Starlink recently has had a wide range of jamming incidents related to cybersecurity threats that were being affiliated with the Ukraine-Russia conflict. And because of that, there's been a lot of more security measures put into place in regards to securing their satellite constellations. So I'd say it's been more emphasized recently, especially because of current global affairs, but in the past it has not been the case, and I don't see it really being emphasized in the future unless something dramatic happens, which is with most trends in cybersecurity. Which conference or meetup would you recommend for people who are interested in the topic of cybersecurity? I would highly recommend conferences such as HackSpaceCon if you're interested in space security. There's also a wide range of conferences that are bootstrapped by IEEE alongside the AIAA organization here within the United States if you are interested. For those who have participated in my previous course, we'll be focusing more on security measures and practices, and we'll be focusing more on interactive and hands-on techniques and activities. We'll be doing more CTF-oriented work in this workshop, alongside evaluating the security from the very beginning, making sure that we have proper defensive protocols put into place and taught from the very beginning of the workshop.